October 14th, 2021. I walked Nucci to school this morning. I did not stop to say hello or to speak to anybody. So we just walked straight to school. On the way back, I did speak to the NYPD officer I refer to as the Tony Mason lookalike from like Perry Mason, Responsibility and Outside. Not he doesn't look anything like Perry Mason, but the character of a black and white era where the world was working better on cinema and film when it first started in a century, early 1900s or mid 1900s. So anyway, so I stopped to speak to him. I mentioned to him about the 3.5% cash transaction, whatever, that I noticed on a sign on Bell Boulevard in our precinct, his precinct, whatever, the 111th precinct, in my station, his station, whatever, Bayside Station, New York 11361. And I direct my communication directly with him, one police officer, so I have one specialist. Of course, sometimes I alert some of the other, depending on what it is, but this particular thing was important just to have a one-on-one between he and I. I alerted security camera that it was something important to pull by Halo or Halo before I crossed the street, before I spoke with him. I then walked back home. I did my first video log. I did a walk. I then went back to speak to him real quick before I went back on the boulevard, and then I wound up stopping in Walgreens on their security camera to buy 2 bags of popcorn. But when I went back the second time, which is unusual for me in one day, I normally will see and speak on my way to the school and sometimes on the way back, not always. But if I have something to bring up that matches whatever I'm up to or doing or noticed for their participation and to keep them in the loop, since they're also in the area, they should know what's going on, or so I feel they should know what's going on, to keep themselves safe. Should hierarchy call them and ask for updates. But anyway, so the second helicoptic call over to the surveillance camera before I went over, he was speaking to another officer, and I said, I apologize real quick. I said, I don't want to interrupt. I said, but I did want to make very certain with you that I have met a science principal, and his name is Erik, E-R-I-K. That's incredibly important, especially based on our conversation first thing this morning. So he said, okay. He said, thank you. And that was it. And then I walked away and I left. But that is on a video, that should be on a video log for today, October 14th, 2021, to link in the first conversation that I had with him, because I know they call them Easter eggs, Eastereggs. It's where, I don't know, they put something out in the public trying to get away with stuff, not NYPD, but necessarily, but some of the criminal children from everywhere. And then it's like, if nobody notices or sees anything, let's see, again, it's like that red light, green light, 1, 2, 3. And then you get a look, and that's how I feel like every morning I wake up in this thing where there's a hole missing in space and time. And I'm waking up and it's just like, holy crap, how much did they advance overnight? I mean, really? So, because when I was in Dunkin' Donuts, I noticed that there's an NYC under this new blockchain symbol writing of NYC, the three letters, that then has an advertising TV campaign that I'm not alright with, in changing of the tides, TIDES. It's totally not alright. And then I've got a, on that specific flyer, it also mentions Gym, GYM, which I know is Erik at the World Gym in RONKONKOMA, which I mentioned to the police officer this morning. He's the science principal, one and only. I said, and because on this flyer it says something about, like, if you're being harassed or whatever, or you feel uncomfortable against the gym and the restaurant industry. I'm like, where do the humans come up with this stuff, I swear? And then I realized, oh, it's on my writings from now. They've been building themselves some kind of like empire based on all the shit I'm writing now in 20th century, decade 2 plus 1 year, on the way in like building themselves academies and awards and audiences and a loyal following and some alternative narrative between the last 2 generations or 3 generations. At what point do I actually benefit from them having or finding an artistic voice? Because I really feel like sometimes in Bayside Station, the way that they're running it is like studio security, STUDIO, where they hold out like the large criminals, and now it's like become like an urban legendary, like one horse town, like one street town. And it's like, well, if you're really on good behavior, we'll let you walk on set for like whatever, because they always got something going on. It's kind of what it feels like in supplements and subsidies for some structured settlement. So that happened. That's what it feels like anyway. I gotta think about this. But none of the actors on set, like if they're extras in a movie, none of them feel like home to me. And I was the one born here. So why is it I've never had a say about what walks on, works within, and is operating from inside my studio lot if this is like a Hollywood movie and we're not fighting with Bollywood? Because I've got Hellenistic ties. I told that guy, which I recognized, but I said Theta, but Paul at the park, I said to him, I was like, I have been recognized by a UK representative when I went to London as Hella, Hella, because I'm Hella and this is Ragnarok. So technically, like, this is like hell. Greeks call it Hellenistic in the cosmos. Right, yeah, no, I'm the real one. Star 1978, star 8378, Nicole Cattaruzza. It's Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxy is broken. And it's October 14th, 2021. Bayside Station,